want a ticket straight to them pearly gates.
May I ask, when Season 2 DLC comes out this year, hopefully, who do you think will appear? Like, example, Animains for sure will be there, but who else will be there? So I'm kind of torn between like an Armor King, or I think Armor King will be there. I'm torn between like Miguel or Fakamram. This is 100% confirmed. Fakamram was in the files of Tekken 8. The guy who did motion capture for Fakamram was credited in Tekken 8. There's no way they're going to delete all that hard work. He's just going to be pushed back. Marduk 2? Well, the thing about Marduk that separates him from Fakamram is that Marduk was never credited in the file. We didn't know it was Heihachi at the time because we didn't understand it, but it was Heihachi, Eddie, Lydia, and Fakamram. During the beta of Tekken 8, someone data mined the game, and they found 60% of Marduk, 50% of Heihachi, and 50% of Kazumi. Harada said like, oh, we copied all that stuff over unintentionally, right? It was a mistake. We didn't mean to do that. You giving someone credit in your brand new game is not unintentional. That's why I really highlight Fakamram. Fakamram won't sell. He was barely played in Tekken 7. I don't know if I agree with that, little homie. Hey, little homie. What's up, little homie? Hey, little homie. I don't know if I agree with that. Fakamram was the most viewed trailer in all of Tekken 7, and currently still the most viewed. But also there was only 3 characters who were DLC and maintained top 4 popularity. It was Armor King, it was Fakamram, and it was Heihachi in Tekken 8. Those are the only DLC characters out of like the 20 or so they've done so far, right? If you count Tekken 7 and Tekken 8, and well, we don't have Tekken Tag Tournament 2 statistics, but I would still imagine none of those guys with top 4 popularity. Maybe, I don't know. Fakamram was only played on release when he was OP, just like, no, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not trying to like disagree with you and tell you that you're wrong. 10 odd to nod. I'm not trying to like be that guy, but it's just statistically not true. When I say top 4, we're not talking about on release, because you know how right now Clive is, well, I don't know if he's still the most popular character in the game, but Clive is #1. Lydia was #1 on release. Kunimitsu was every DLC, Eddie was #1 on release. But when you fast forward the clock, those characters fall off. Like Lydia is now bottom 4 in the game. Harada gave us an update on statistics a little while ago, and Lydia was bottom 4 used in the game. So when I say that the statistics shows those characters being top 4, that's those characters being top 4 well beyond the release of their lifespan. Fakamram was top 4 when Lydia came out. Okay, Eliza, because of her wonderful body. Hey, yo, lock him up. I will never forget this. While designing Fakamram, the developers said they were working on this character and they made so many changes to that character to where they decided that they should just make a new character altogether. And that character was Fakamram. Now, if you think about what that means, it means that in the early development, Fakamram was not Fakamram. He was something else. He was probably Bruce. Like if you think about Kunimitsu and how different she was not Kunimitsu with Tag 2. If you think about Lydia in Tekken 8, she's not Tekken 7 Lydia. Same thing with Eddie. We have a repeated history of these characters, of the developers changing the characters wildly. What I believe to be in the case of Bruce, they changed him so much to where the developers felt that they should just make him a new character altogether. So Fakamram is 45th on this chart. This is why you're saying that Fakamram is unpopular. But the only people who voted on this poll is people who has Event Hub's accounts. And that's 1,000 people, and most of them are from California. Now, this chart that I'm going to show you is also limited as well. It's very limited. Not as limited as this chart, but it's still limited in its own way. The chart that I'm going to show you is from Steam PC Ranked. Ranked does cut out a lot of people. Steam cuts out some people, but PC players makes up half of the player base. Like even if we look at this chart here as well, PC makes up a big player base, right? But we were told that PC makes up half of the player base. PC is half, and when you looked at ranked, Fakamram is right here. He's 5th. He got booted out at the very end of the game, but he was 5th, right next to Armor King. And we also have a website that could show us the statistics right now. Heihachi is here, so he's fallen. Clive is still #1, but Heihachi's right here. So this is formatted in a different way. This is formatted in a way that is a tier list, because basically what Harada did is he was just reading off names. He was saying Reina number 1, King number 2, blah, 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 all the way in order. So I put that on a tier list in order from what Harada said as a visual, because he read it instead of showing us a graph. Heihachi was excluded at the time because he just released. Clive is not here. But you can see Lydia, bottom 4. You can see Eddie, bottom 30. This chart includes everything. This is not just ranked. This is player match. This is offline. This is online. This is everything. Because a lot of the things we looked at is only ranked. Clive is number 1 in ranked right now, but is he number 1 in the whole game? I don't know. Reina's number 1 in the whole game. King is number 1. So this is a chart here that comes from all of Reddit. All of Reddit, they voted on which characters are their favorite, and this includes every Tekken character. So when players are given the opportunity to vote on which characters they like, Fakamon falls very short. But when you look at usage, he's high. You could even highlight Anna Williams as well. Everyone say they love Anna Williams, but then her usage is so low. But then even here, players didn't even vote her high. She's very low. And this is what I try to highlight, is when Tekken players are given the opportunity to say what character they like, they'll say any name. They'll say any type of name out there. But when you start stacking characters neck and neck and you start pairing them against one another, who do you want? Do you want Anna? Do you want Fakamon? Do you want Miguel? That's when people start to change. Everyone say put Christine in the game. As you can see here, when it was time to decide which characters you like most, she's at the bottom. So that's just what I be trying to highlight, is like, we all love these characters, but when it comes time to put them in a game, that's when things start to change. And that's when the conversation starts to get, okay, maybe I really don't like this character, and maybe I would much rather have this character instead, right? Top 10, there's no females. The first females on this list is Kunimitsu, then Asuka, then Lydia, then Lily, and Nina. That's top 5 females. When you say, why did they put Lydia in the game in Tekken 8, this sucks and whatnot. This is why I archive these things. I archive these things because, players try to change history. But when you look at the way people talked about her at the time, 14. You look at the way people talk about Kunimitsu at the time, 11. And then people say, those characters shouldn't have been in the game. It should have been someone else. But then the characters that you guys list off are way down here in the picture list section. I'm not trying to own anyone or say that I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm just showing you guys multiple different charts and multiple different polls and everything, right? And this is the history. I'm only telling you what the stats say and what the charts say. That's a Reddit poll, mine? Yeah, it is a Reddit poll, but this is a massive poll. For example, what I posted on Twitter, right? I posted on Twitter, Arcelin Ash said, bring back Katarina. And then 3 days ago at the time, I did a poll asking people if they wanted Katarina. Now, 15,000 people voted on this, and 75% of that said no. So yes, this is a Moonsault scrub poll, and the people who watch Moonsault are stupid and low IQ or whatever people say, but that still doesn't change the fact that 15,000 people, voted on this. And it's hard to get these kind of things, right? I wish more people did polls. I wish the main man, because main man has a way bigger audience. He could get these numbers up to 100,000 or something like that, easy, right? But no one does these polls, and we got to take the numbers where we could get it. Do a poll on Kunimitsu. I think I did a poll on Kazumi. Pay attention to the skew, right? When you see a 40-60, that's not necessarily good, but it's better than a 25-75. Best Williams sister. I didn't vote on this poll. Anna Williams win 56-41. So this is another 60-40 split. You see how common the 60-40 splits are? That's why this 25-75 is so crazy. This is another 60-40. Well, kind of. This is more so a 50-50. Do you want Eliza in Tekken 8? 12,000 votes. Pretty much a 50-50. So the same thing as Kunimitsu.